4. Oh no, they did it. Those bastards. Anyway, hey guys, Ranjin here, bringing us for commentary. This is gonna be the second set between Bisu and Stork in the PDPOP MSL round of 16. It's gonna be played on Circuit Breaker. And of course, we're gonna have at the upper right-hand position playing as yellow Protoss Bisu, at the bottom position playing as teal Protoss Stork. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome, happy, fun times. Hopefully, anyway. The first match was pretty interesting in my opinion. Bisu kind of taking an early lead, but Stork doing everything right to make sure that it does not end up in a loss for him. So it was kind of a mistakes for Bisu, really. Bisu making mistakes he really should not have done, should not have made, and he ends up losing that map. 47, 48, 49 for some sinking. That's always nice. I think I forgot to do that last time. Not that it actually matters that much. Generally, it's not as harder to get a sink these days as it was when it first started out. Just, I don't know, somehow the technology fails me just a little bit less. YouTube fails me just as much as usual, but sometimes even more so. But hey, at least now it allows me, I don't have to split up the videos, and you don't know how much of a relief that is. A lot of Stork fans out there. Vuvuzela guy probably out there somewhere, just itching, sitting there, just, come on, when am I going to get a blow into this thing? The Soccer World Cup / aka Football World Cup just was not enough. I need to blow into this thing. This is my life's calling. Sometimes, you know, it's just what happens. You see a Vuvuzela and you blow into it once, and you understand that it is what was meant to be. It's the way it was meant to be. Sometimes that just happens. A simulator on the way for both players. Yeah, pretty standard seems to be gateways. Go into cybernetics cores, and from then on we're going to see what they decide to transition into, whether we're going to see some early reavers again or what. Might be seeing some early reavers again, some heavy harassment. We'll just have to see how that goes exactly. Let's see, Bisu with his probe in there. Bisu, come to USA with me. Grace. That's funny. Brought my girlfriend from USA to watch StarCraft. GG. Nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Although letting your girlfriend write, actually, you know what? If I took my girlfriend to a game of StarCraft to Korea with me, she'd probably write something like that too. She's like, Bisu's like the only player she knows, and yeah, she and every other girl on the planet agrees that he's quite attractive. Him and every girl and man on the planet, now that I think about it, I think everybody on the planet agrees that Bisu is quite a bit attractive. A little bit too much attractive for a nerd playing video games for a living. So yeah, probes inside, Bisu still keeping it inside there, being all annoying. Stork has a zealot on him, like, I will hunt you down and I will stick you through with my glowing blades of death. You know, I wonder if actually Zealots ever feel a little bit less superior to Dark Templar, because they have glowing blades of death, but like a Dark Templar has like a glowing blade of death that's like 10 times deadlier. Well, actually, according to stats, only like 4 times deadlier, but still, you know, it's a bigger glowing blade of death. So I wonder if Zealots ever feel a little bit, you know, like, maybe I'll try to take pills or do some exercises, make my glowing blade of death bigger. So Stork loses his scouting probe. Bisu still keeps his inside because Stork delayed his cybernetics core just a little bit and instead went for 2 Zealots. So Bisu has the first Dragoon out there. Still don't see him going for additional tech there. He's Citadel of a Dune. That's interesting. Citadel of a Dune not going for robotics facility, just going for straight up Grunge. I was wondering, he's probably going to go for a Dark Templar build. So early Citadel of a Dune is probably a Dark Templar build. I'm going to see exactly what it is that Stork goes for. Still don't see any new tech from him. Probably took the time to kill the probe before he does any of that. Robotics facility, so he's going to go for a more standard PvP play. Well, Bisu's going to go for some funkiness. And out of these two players, if you expect someone to go for some funkiness, it's generally going to be Bisu. So we should be seeing the Temple Archives come down. Yes, it is. So it is going to be DT build. Still only has 1 gateway down there. Is this going to be enough? I do not know. Only 1 gateway out there for Stork as well. Like a couple of Dragoons and 2 Zealots. We should just keep it on the ramp just to be defensive. This is a 4-player map, by the way, Circuit Breaker. I really like it because it has a fairly large middle, but aside from that, it's kind of funky. A lot of high ground to play around. Really hard to take third gas. I mean, you don't have a third gas in any safe location for you to take. There's always 2 entrances into every third gas that you could take. So the further the game goes on, the more fight the more there is, you know, fighting for resources, because you can take an easier to defend, like not very easy to defend third that doesn't have a gas, but still not a best position. Going for Observatory here, Stork, so he's going to be fairly safe against this. Forge on the way on the opposite side for Bisu. That's interesting. Very early Forge. Going for a Nexus as well, so he's hoping to get some early harassment in and then just kind of roll Stork over with superior economy. On the opposite side, don't see Stork going for an expansion yet. Did see a probe go down the ramp, so he might actually be putting up his Nexus alongside there. But he's going to go for a Hardy Army, Hardy, not the family, Hardy Army first. Hardy Armor. Nexus going up there. He does have 2 gateways. He's going to be pumping more. Should have a shuttle out there soon, followed by Reaver. So he's going to have a superior ground army. But is Bisu actually going to get something accomplished with the DT? I don't know. I don't think he will, because there is going to be an observer out there. I think Bisu, yeah, actually, never mind the shuttle. Going observer first. And this follows that this Dark Templar and his giant glowing blade of death just going to get smacked in the face. Probe coming out there first. Don't know if he actually spotted the shimmer or not of that observer, because he seems to be kind of walking around with his DT now. Doesn't want to go straight into that base, so Beast is like, ah, crap, my strategy is kind of failed. Has a second DT back at his base, and it seems like he's going to forego this attack. Probably going to cancel it because he knows that the observer's out there. Just going to camp outside there as soon as he goes in. Yep, there's a dead DT. Going to get just hunted down like an animal. Oh, 1 hit, and he manages to barely get alive out of there. That's lucky for Bisu more than anything else. But even him deciding to go in there with that DT wasn't really that smart play. Do see the robotics facility coming up for Bisu at the next expansion. Second gateway on the way just now, so he really is gonna have a hard time with the ground army. Good thing he went for that Forge. Means he might be able to put some cannons up to help himself defend, but he's gonna be forced to play defensive quite all. Stork going for his 3rd gateway now. Has robotic support bay up there, so he's gonna have his Reavers out significantly sooner than Bisu. He's gonna have to hope. Yeah, goes for cannons there at the Natural Expo. Probably should go for a cannon inside of his main actually as well, just to help fend off possible Reaver harassment. Because if Stork, he's gonna have his Reavers out there much sooner, and if Stork manages to go for some significant Reaver harassment, if he manages to go in there and harass heavy, even a little bit, like take a 1/3 of the probes down, that's gonna be already a significant blow to Bisu. So he did get his Nexus up a little bit earlier, but still, he just does not have the forces to fight back. And if Stork can cut off Bisu's production, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He does have his natural expansion. Stork just had his Nexus morph in. Not morph. Not quite morph. Port in. Teleport in. I don't know. But yeah, Bisu is going for High Templar, though. So that actually is a very smart follow-up by him. Going for High Templar, hoping that to kind of counter the Reaver splash with his own massive splash. And of course, you can also always get a shuttle caught in that storm. So we're going to just have to see exactly how the attacks go by. There is a probe coming here at the 6 o'clock position. Not quite sure. I think that's Bisu's probe, actually. I assume just to give him a little bit of scouting. I don't think he's going to try to hide something there. I think that would be significantly risky. He might decide to hide a robotics support there, but I'm not too sure. Actually going to go for High Templar drop. Wow. And Stork spotting that a mile away before. Oh my god, there he goes. Stork's entire force. And there he goes. Bisu's entire biggest defensive option. Just, yeah, could get taken down, but Stork seems like he's maneuvering his Dragoons. Bisu delayed that movement by quite a bit, has his own shuttle out now. Bisu's like, slow shuttle through this. Stork actually moves his Dragoons back, so Bisu actually will survive with that shuttle with High Templar. We might be seeing whether Stork decides to take this moment to actually transition straight into. He knows that whatever's in there is probably some forces. He knows maybe a Reaver. He actually has the observers inside, so he's actually done a lot of damage. Is Bisu going to pull back with his shuttle or not? Seems like he's actually pulling out with a shuttle because he's going to need it to defend, but it's a slow shuttle. It's not going to get there nearly in time. He needs that splash right now because Stork is going for his full attack. 2 Reavers in there. Both Scarabs goes off. Oh, man. Bisu's going to be forced to retreat back to his 2 cannons. So it's going to take Stork a little bit of time to fight this back, but still, Bisu's looking like he knows a lot of trouble. All of the Dragoons going on the high ground. Reavers being dropped out, getting some Scarabs up on that high ground. Bisu has to fight back now on the high ground. Very small ramp, just going to get massacred. Probes coming off the line. Storm's finally coming in, doing some damage, but not nearly enough. A 3rd storm that hit some Dragoons, but the Reaver's still in there. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage. And Bisu, GG's, and that's 2-0, and Stork moves on to the round of 8. Yet again, I wish we'd had this matchup in the best of 5, but Bisu really looked a little lackluster. He really didn't look like he was on top of his game, unfortunately. I must say he didn't really look like he was on top of his game at all. And Stork just completely took advantage of that. Bisu went for some really bad decision making alongside that. Stork deciding to play safe, knows that Bisu liked going for something funky, and Stork totally outplayed him. Not just with play, micro builds, not just like it, but just, you know, thinking wise. Basically, just he knew that he'd have to play. He played safe, decided rather than to do anything funky like Bisu, he just make sure he can win this game, and ends up with a win. And there's a fangirl that really likes the fact that she got a shirt, although she gave it away. That's odd. Interesting. Anyway, whatever. That's all she wrote, guys. Stork moves on to round of 8, and I will try my best to bring you guys most, if not all, of the round of 8. I'm hoping to do so. I'm going to have this weekend off, actually, so the first sets are being played on Thursday, the 20th, so I'm going to be able to commentate some during the week. That's nice. So look forward to more commentaries from you soon, guys. GG, wrenching out. This is listening. Hope you enjoyed.